This week's number 22 track is Paul Costa and Off the Grid. And before we play it, I thought we'd have a bit of a catch-up with Paul because he's got his album launch coming up early next month and he joins us now. Paul Costa, congratulations with the success of the new single and the pending album.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's exciting times. It's been a little while since I had a new material out. I'm looking forward to it.
We mentioned there it's been a while since you had some new material. How long was Whisper in the Crowd, the title of the album? How long was that in the making?
Looking back at some of my records and when we did some of the songs, I think going back almost 3.5 years, I wrote some of the songs. So it's been a gradual, careful, if you like, sort of process. Sometimes a good idea, you can't force a good idea. They just come to you, whether you're talking to somebody or you might see something or hear something on TV or the radio or whatever. So I don't try and force it, but when they come along, you kind of know it, and you know there's a song in that. So that's how I kind of treat it.
I'm glad you said that because I'm a firm believer on don't rushing things. Tracy asked me to fix the drawer back in February last year, and I thought it was a good idea at the time to repair it. But we shouldn't rush these things. So I believe with you, Paul. I think it's worth the wait, my friend.
Well, I'm with you, mate, because our front gate's a bit like that.
Oh dear, you guys are just getting more and more in the doghouse.
It's a man thing.
It sure is a man thing. Hey, look, talking about back to the music side of things, you were just saying then, some of your songs are a couple of years old. We've spoken to some artists that have said, I wrote this song when I was like 13 or something, so we're looking like 20, even 25 years ago, and they've rewritten it. Have you brought anything back from, back when you first started singing or writing? Have you ever brought a song back into life?
Not up to now. There's probably possibly some ideas, but I'm just trying to think. No, it's kind of like you're always looking for new stuff. Not to say that it won't happen, because sometimes you might have written a song years ago, and the general idea of the song's okay, but the actual song didn't come up as well as what you would have liked. But then you might present that idea with maybe another co-writer, and it takes a slightly different direction than what you even suspected it would, and then all of a sudden, this is a good song now. So I can see how that could easily happen.
One of our sponsors here, Paul Costa, is the Beerwah Hotel, fabulous supporter of live country music, and they sent through a memo the other day and said that you're playing at their
October
gig in October. So we're pretty excited to see you up here on the sunny coast.
I'm very excited to be coming along. I mean, I think it should be great. I've heard about the venue before, and I think we'll have a party that night. What do you think?
Oh, it goes off like a frog in a sock, so it'll be absolutely a cracker of a night.
Yeah,
so,
I think
it'll be great.
I think it'll be mandatory for everybody on the sunny coast to be there, and if you're not, you're going to have to write a personal apology to Paul why you didn't turn up.
But of course, you can get down to the Gold Coast on the 14th of April, and that's when we're going to be having the album launch. Now, what sort of things have we got in mind for the album launch, Paul?
Well, obviously, the new single Off the Grid, and I'll be playing really all the 12 tracks on the new album. Of course, some of the favourites, I get a lot of requests for Tractors and Bikes and House of Mirrors, and Survivor 1932 is still one of the favourites. So we'll showcase the album and play some of the old favourites. Just don't know where it's going to go, but a lot of fun to be had by all, no doubt.
And you'll be guaranteed Paul will be looking after the big end of town.
Big end of town.
Nice.
That's another favourite.
He's a trier, isn't he?
All right, we're going to go out with the single now. It's called Off the Grid. We look great for catching up with you again tonight.
And of course, if you do want to get down to that album launch or even just check out, you can get onto paulcosta.com and find out what's going on and when it's going on.
Yes, paulcosta.com.au, and all the details will be there. I think there's I got a busload coming from somewhere to come and see me, so I think that's going to be. It's going to be. I mean, it's a great spot anyway. You get a lot of people there normally on a Friday evening, but we'll have a few country fans there, and it'll be huge.
Here it is, this week's number 22 song, Paul Costa and Off the Grid.